Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel where I will be tying flies and film a little bit of fishing, fly fishing, if everything goes the way I want it to. And I will be tying tube flies, mostly tube flies, and I will also try to tie a few pipe flies, which is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but something that I really enjoy doing because I love to fish for pikes with fly rod. So I hope you enjoy my videos and lots of fishing and lots of fly tying. Today I thought that I would tie a pretty simple fly, and I have chosen to call it Seatrout Samurai. It's tied like Mikael Frödin's Samurais, but they're tied for sea trout fishing in the late season when it's dark. This particular pattern is for when it's dark. So here I started out with Fitz tubing in black, medium, and in hot orange in extra small. So let's tie them together. And when I tie the thread on here, I use quite a lot of pressure, so the medium tubing holds the extra small tubing in place. And now we will start with the ribbing. Just attach it. It's Mikkeli blue. It's a very nice color for the darker hours. And as a body, to keep it dark, we use charcoal black. SSS braids, of course. They have been my favorites for many years now. And I don't make it much harder than this. Just wind it on, cover up the thread, and wind it forward. I wind it quite far up because I can cover this up with dubbing, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. And here I already mixed some dubbing. In here there is Glitz SSS dubbing and the regular dubbing. 4 different ones. Mikkeli blue glitz and charcoal black glitz and charcoal regular dubbing and Mikkeli blue regular dubbing. I like to mix the regular dubbing with some glitz dubbing because it gives it a good volume, and the glitz dubbing, when you brush that out, it's like a few strands of flash around the fly. So you should brush it out evenly. So here I make a little lump of dubbing, and then I leave quite much of the medium tubing free here. And now I just put on the ribbing by spinning it. Spinning the SSS braid. And on this size of a fly I make 4 turns, which I think looks good and holds the dubbing nicely. And here you don't have to be careful with thread wraps or anything, because we're gonna end this fly with lots of dubbing and rubber legs and a hackle. later on. So now I just brush this out a bit. Like that. And then I check so the dubbing doesn't reach the hook. We don't want it to tangle. And then I use soft black hair. The first bunch should be the thickest. I take away a few of the stiffer strands, and then I take a little comb, take away the under wool, and then I taper it, put it between my thumb and my index finger, and then I pick out a few strands that's not symmetric, and then I just pull in the middle, and then I pinch it like this, so I get to tie it in really wide. So a loose turn and pull down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you can make how many turns you want, because you will cover that up with dubbing later on. Just cut it off. And then we take a few Mikkeli blue angel hair, put them on wide, so you get the same spread on top of the fly, an even spread. Like that, and then cut them off in different length. Here I always leave a few longer ones that would be under the next wing, so fish can see them from underneath. I don't know if it helps, just something that I always do. And now we need a little bit longer soft hair and a little less than the first wing, so we get a nice taper. Take away some of the fluffy part. And then we do the same with this one. Pull the strands in the middle and pull fewer and fewer. Like that. And then we tie it in wide. And a little bit longer than the other one. And this is a fly tied for late season sea trout, so I leave it rather chubby. Like that. I want this fly to make a good silhouette and tie it with soft materials so it will swim good in the often very slow currents. And then I take quite a bit of glue on where I tied in the wings and the angel hair, so the hair sucks it in, and this fly will be very durable. The one thing that's least durable on this fly will be the rubber legs. And then you put on quite a lot of dubbing in front of the wing, and you do it really tight to the wing. The tighter you tie everything, the more durable the fly will be. Like that. Tie it in the front. And now we brush it out again. Brush it underneath so it blends with the fibers on the dubbing that we tied in before. And here you can, so you don't get caught in the wing, you can just use the tip of this dubbing brush, which I really like. It's bent over, so you can use the tip of it like this. When you have small spots on the fly, you need to brush with a dubbing brush, and again cut it off so they don't get tangled in the hook. See, so it's spread evenly around. So now this is quite thick already because of the lump of dubbing I tied in. And now we will use the rubber legs. Just take one of the regular rubber legs like this. You can buy them in bunches and different colors. And then I cut it off in the middle. And then I just put it in on my side with very loose wraps. I don't put on any pressure at all, because that makes it easier to move them into position so they sit right. So I can pull this down a bit like that. Those two are good, and then I'll take these two, pull them underneath and hold back all of the rubber legs. And I still don't put on any pressure because I want to be able to put them exactly where I want them. Like that. I take a little hair clamp like we use when we tie pike flies. It's very handy. I use them quite often when I tie tube flies also. So I put a little glue on the thread and wind it on. Still no pressure on the thread. And then I let it loose so I can see if they sit right, and yes they do. And now I will cut them off. The ones on top is going to be a little bit longer than the ones underneath. Like that. And then we take the ones underneath. Like that. This will now vibrate beneath and on the sides of the fly when it swims in the slow currents. And now we need a big soft black hackle to end this fly. I take one with pretty much of this fluffy part here, which I really like to add on my flies, especially the bigger and silhouette ones. Cut a little triangle, tie it in. I tie mine in on the sides because then I see what I'm doing. And now check so the rubber legs didn't move. And then a little hackle plier. And then I just start to wind it on. as close as possible to the rubber legs. I make 2 turns and then I check so the rubber legs is where I want them to be, and they're still there. And now I just work my way forward. If this would have been a salmon fly, I would not have used these many wraps with a soft hackle. I usually go with maximum 3 then. Like that. Lock it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you see that it got even fluffier. And this one will swim really good and create quite a silhouette in the dark when fishing for fat sea run browns or sea trouts. And to end this fly I will use a micro cone head, Fitz micro cone head in tungsten, and it is phosphorescent, so it's glow in the dark. So I add this little bit of glow in the dark to my fly. This is the only thing that glows in the dark. But you can tie flies with Fitz glow tubing and TTTs and BTTs in glow material, phosphorescent. So you can really make them stand out. But I just want this little cone to be seen in the dark. I do it like this because I had a drop on the thread, so I just let it down. And then I push it in hard, so I get it very close to the hackle. This will protect the thread head. Check it out. It looks good, fat and wide. And now cut it off a few millimeters away, and then take your lighter, melt it down little by little like that. And then I always take my Fitz dubbing needle and put it in the hole, because sometimes I use very thick leaders and you want them to be able to come through. So as you can see, this wing is very wide, and I have a big lump of dubbing underneath here, and then a big hackle with lots of turns, and end it with the soft ones, so they will move and vibrate very good in the water. So this fly I believe in a lot. And we are done. This is my first fly I have tied on video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will try to make one film per week, once a week. So if you have any fly pattern or something that you want to see, so just let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.